Are you searching about data types in Python? How it is used in Python? Do you know how many different data types are available in Python? If not, or you know something about data types, then I would recommend to watch the video till end to know in details about the various data types in Python. Thanks for subscribing this channel. And if you are new to this channel, then click on the subscribe button below this video to get connected and stay informed about our future video uploads. You can connect with us at various different social platforms available right at your screen. Give a thumbs up to the video if you like the content. It gives us a motivation to produce more informative contents like this. Hello everyone and welcome to AI Python. This is the lesson number 11 and we are going to understand about core data types used in Python. You can find the link for Python basic playlist from the I button display at the top right corner of this video. So agenda for today's video is we are going to learn about what is data type in general, major categories of data types used in Python, especially numeric, strings, Boolean, complex, and we'll also see what we are going to cover in the next video, because next video is also a kind of data type that are used in Python. So we're going to cover list, tuple, set and dictionary in the next video. When we talk about data type in general, as per the Wikipedia definition, a data type or simply a type is an attribute of a data. Here attribute is the property. You can imagine attribute as a property of data which tells the compiler or interpreter. If you are confused about compiler or interpreter, then click on the I button at the top right corner of this video to know more about compiler or interpreter. So a data type or simply type is an attribute of data which tells the compiler or interpreter how the programmer intend to use the data. That means we have a different kinds of data like integer, boolean, string. To make it more easy for you to understand, I have a practical example. We can understand it through a real world situation. So let's consider honey, sand, rock and water plus vapor. What these are? I mean, you can interpret it as a different object. Like honey is a semi-liquid, sand is a solid, but it's not exactly the solid like a rock. It's a free flow solid, and then rock is hardcore solid. Water plus vapor is a mixture of both, so it is in gaseous stage as well as in the liquid stage. So they have a different properties, they hold a different properties. So is the case with the data type. Similarly, all the variables that are defined and used in Python are associated with some kind of data types. So I believe you got some information about the data type from these examples. We'll be going into the details about what different kinds of data type in Python. So major categories of data type in Python are numeric type that holds number. It could be anything, integer, float, and then strings that hold text. Boolean categorizes true and false. The complex is again a different form of data type which holds real and imaginary number together. We are going to see the detail of each data type in our videos. However, there are few other data types which we will see in the next videos. So the first one is numeric data type. Numeric is divided into two categories, integer and float. Integers are the real numbers that store the integer value without any decimal point. So it's a pure number without any decimal point. So here if you are confused about the type, why I have wrote type, so I'll show you with an example. Here we'll write Python. In case if you are not aware of command line interface, you can watch out our previous videos to work with command line interface in Python. You can find the link of the video in the I button at the top right corner of this video. So we'll write a equal to 10. We'll see if you wanted to print a, you can print a, it will give you 10. Now if you want to know the type, what category of data type a is defined, then you can type this function. This is very prominent function you will be using across your Python programming. So this will define you the data type of a variable. This belongs to integer class. Don't worry about the class right now, just understand this belongs to an integer data type. In integer you can also define binary and hexadecimal. For example, somebody gives you a binary number and you want to interpret into a decimal, like you want to convert a binary number into decimal number. In Python you get the option to convert your binary number into decimal, hexadecimal into decimal. We'll see through an example. So suppose somebody gives you a number like 1000. You know this is a binary representation of 8, but in case you don't know, you can directly put 0 B. B stands for binary, and then your binary number 100. If you want to check, you can see the result. It prints 8. Now similar is the case with hexadecimal. If somebody gives you an hexadecimal number, let's say 4F, so you can just prefix it with 0 and X. This will give you a decimal equivalent of this hexadecimal number, and as you can see 4F is 79. Okay, moving ahead. In the float category, float data types are those data types that hold a decimal point along with the integer section. So for example, if you want to store 10.2 or anything related which has a decimal part, you cannot store in integer, rather you have to use float, or Python explicitly take it as a float. You don't have to define. In Python you don't have to define the data types. Python takes care of the data type. You just define the number, it automatically assign the data type of that particular variable. We'll see one example of this one. Here we'll write b equal to 10.2. So if you want to know the type of b, which is what kind of data type b is assigned with, so you can check. This is a float data type. Now the output will definitely be 10.2. You can print b and 10.2. I think it makes some sense. Now as you know, division of 7 by 2 always gives 3.5. I mean, why I'm saying this 3.5, because if you have used Python 2, the output of 7 divided by 2 in Python 2 will be rounded to the nearest integer, but in Python 3 it is giving you the exact float value. So let's say we can directly print like this one also, 7 divided by 2, you can get the result 3.5. If you want to know the data type of 3.5, then you have to store it in some variable, or you can directly also do type 3.5. It will tell you the float class, because we know the number. If we put into the type function, it will give you the data type of that variable. Okay, fair enough. In float categories, you have option to represent a bigger number. What I mean is in terms of representation of 10 raised to power x. So for example, I have mentioned here this x holds a variable 3.14 e4. What it means it is 3.14 into 10 raised to power 4. You will come across this kind of term multiple times in Python if you are especially doing some mathematical activities where 10 raised to power 4 or 10 raised to power minus 4 or anything will be there in powers of 4, which cannot be written directly in order to make a short representation of that number. You'll see this 3.14 e raised to power 4. Not only this one, any kind of number which is similar to this one. So what it means, it means 3.14 into 10 raised to power 4. E here represents 10 and the 4 represents power. So result will be 3.14 into 10,000. The actual value Python will give you 31,400. In Python, if you write x equal to 3.14 into we are going to write e4, right? So if you want to print this value, you can print x and you'll see 31,400.0. For human we can negate this 0 after the point, but for Python it takes as a float data type. If you want to check, we can check by writing type and x. It will say a float class. Similarly, you can do a practice with negative powers also. 2 into e raised 2e minus 3. You don't have to put any powers, you just have to write in simple straight sentence 2e minus 3. You'll get the result. So moving ahead, we are going to understand about string data type. Strings could be in double quotation or single quotation. Literally there is no difference between double quotation and single quotation, but why Python is using double quotation and single quotation both to represent string, you are going to see it in future videos. We'll write with an example. If you write print welcome to aipython, the output will be welcome to aipython. Similarly, if you write anything in single quotation also, you will get the same result. There is no differentiation between double quotation and single quotation. Okay, moving ahead, third data type is Boolean. So Boolean itself says, like you might have heard many times, Boolean is 0 1. So here in Python also, Boolean represents two different categories, true and false, and the equivalent integer for true is 1 and false is 0. So mostly Boolean types are used to evaluate results. See through a live example. Let's say 7 is greater than 2. This is a kind of statement, simple statement in Python, which evaluate it to either true or false. So this greater than is a kind of operator. So we have not covered operator right now. We'll be covering operator in our videos. This is comparison operator. We are comparing value of 7 against 2. So this should be true because 7 is always greater than 2. If we wanted to know about the integer equivalent of this true value, then we can convert it into integer. So I'll discuss about the type conversion in the latest part of this playlist, but as of now, if you wanted to understand what is the equivalent value of true in integer, then you can convert it into and you'll get the result 1. The fourth one is the complex data type. So what complex means? Complex number are the combination of real part plus or minus imaginary part conjugated by j. Python facilitates the use of complex number. It allow you to write complex number, it will store complex number, you can use the complex number using Python. The special class is defined for working with Python for complex number is complex number class or simply complex data type. The format for storing complex number in mathematics as well as in Python is a plus bj or a minus bj, where a is the real number, b is the imaginary number conjugated by j. So we'll see one example here. Okay, for example, I want to store it in a, 6 plus 3j. So this is stored. Now if I want to print, I can print a, and at the same time we want to check the data type of a. It should be complex. Yes, it is complex. I hope this is clear. Or also we can check with another example of minus, where we wanted to store directly. We'll print this value. Print 7 minus 2j and we'll get the result. And what is the data type? Data type of 7 minus 2j is complex. I hope this is clear to you. Okay, in the next videos we are going to understand about more data types that are basically a collection of data type, where many data types are clubbed together to make one different data type, which are list, set, tuple and dictionary. These are also different kind of data types that we are going to understand in our next video. That's all for this video. In case if you have any questions, comment or suggestion, please write us in the comment section. We'll be more than happy to help you and provide all the answers to your query. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please stay tuned and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. We'll keep on adding the content, so please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.